Hello everybody and welcome, I mean on YouTube anyway, to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 17, Week 7. Last time, Big L team bulldozed Reedy. It was not even close. It was not even fair. Let's see what happens this time. With me here is still the Doctor Dota Randy.
No, off that, please.
There we go.
Dire team back.
Many of the same heroes so far, both sides.
10 seconds. Radiant team back. Radiant team back.
First phase, Faceless Void ban, huh? Interesting.
Is that a Reedy special or what? Like,
I guess, I don't know. I haven't really seen him like own on it or anything, so I mean, he hasn't. He's run it at least once. He didn't do like bad,
Dire
but
team back. Dire team pick.
I mean, the problem is, Kitty couldn't row in 6. He doesn't. He doesn't do anything when he's 6 when he's down that far. Hey, who does he kill? The 4 people he can't kill. Anyway, that's last game. Let's see what happens this
10
time.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds. Radiant team pick.
Disruptor, first pick. Gonna be seeing the boss Disruptor.
Dire team back.
Gonna be seeing the Kyrix Nature's Prophet as well. So, 2 kind of trademark heroes. I do gotta tell you, I don't know how much of a fan I am of Nature's Prophet against Disruptor. I don't know if that's necessarily very good for the poor Broccoli guy.
I mean, I guess you can get a glimpse.
5 seconds.
Yeah, you can
remaining.
get glimpsed,
We
the
got
silence is
level
pretty
25.
bad.
Dire
Like, the real
team
sad
back.
situation is you drop in on Disruptor's lane and then you just go home, right? It basically just means he can't gank wherever he is. And if he's with you, then you also need to be careful about how you TP. You can't do it in vision, or else you're just not going anywhere. At minimum, you're going to have to do it again.
Radiant
So.
team back.
Banning out the sniper this game. I wish we could do that for this whole season, to be honest with you.
And Gyrocopter and Sanking. And a bench.
Yeah, that was true.
Oh,
They banned out 4 of the
alright.
5 guys last game. Shoutouts to
10
the,
seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Shoutouts to the VS.
Dire team pick.
Maresca has arrived.
Gonna be running the Dark Willow. They didn't ban 19 Mighty Midget heroes this time. So he got to play what he wanted. Again, not the best looking hero against a Disruptor, I gotta say. I mean, it is a support. It's the support matchups aren't that
probably
huge,
good.
but like,
Archive supports, counter supports, it's whatever.
it is kind of annoying how your entire support line does feel pretty bad against one support line. Hulk said, I thought Reedy was mid-only player. He was until he started running pause 1. And pause 3. Lion coming up here. Which is pretty annoying in general, honestly, for he's trying to do that, Kitty, but they always disengaged from him.
Radiant
Anyway.
team pick.
Oh, look, it's the Darkseer who would have won last week. Disruptor and Lion, I feel like, definitely feel just generally better than the Nature's Prophet Dark Willow. Mostly in the way that they just ruin the other guy's game and still have other things to do.
10 seconds
You know, it's kind of like when Witch Doctor is weak, I always talk about he's an unfortunate first
remaining.
pick
5
because it's
seconds
like,
remaining.
it's very easy to make Witch Doctor not have a game and still, like, do other things. Like, Disruptor doesn't just own the Nature's Prophet. Lion doesn't just own the Dark Willow. They also, like, still have 3 other skills, you know what I mean? Darkseer coming up here is very interesting. I don't know how much of a fan I am of the Darkseer before the enemy pause 1 is actually in. Sure, you could just rush Orchid on MP. There you go. Just rush Orchid on MP with all the kills you aren't getting. Ricky against Darkseer. I mean, that's fine, really. As far as things go, like, I'm not that scared of the wall of illusion as Ricky. He has ways to cross it without illusioning himself, so.
5 seconds remaining.
It kind of sucks if he does get an illusion made of him, and he is one of the more annoying heroes to have an illusion made, but he does have ways around it, so there's that. So, but on the other hand, he doesn't like eat the Darkseer either, so there's just a pretty average matchup.
If you blink strike through a wall, do you get an
No.
illusion?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. What a nice,
You're,
a nice game.
It's a blink, right? You know, if you blink dagger past the wall, you don't get an illusion either, so. Viper! Looks like a pretty baller Viper game so far, not gonna lie to you though. There's only one core out right now, so that doesn't mean that much. Great against the 3 and under club at least. Feel like this is an unfortunate side to pick Viper on. I really don't like to have Viper before I know at least 2 of the cores. And he's like, he eats these supports. He's okay into the Darkseer, but he's not like exceptional. It really is more they just don't do anything to each other. He's useless as a wall of illusion target. He can't kill the Darkseer, and that super sucks for Viper.
And Windrunner makes him food.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. It's actually annoying in a lot of ways as well. I mean, Nature's Prophet has to be very careful with his Sprout, or else he's going to create a nice, easy place for Windrunner to stun people onto, you know? It's a power shot through the Dark Willow. That's evasion for Ricky. I mean, that's a very annoying pick on the Dire as well. Okay, he's pointing out that Dire has a very nice team fight, which is true. It is going to be a little hard to actually get a team fight to happen, just because, really, the Prophet, the Willow, and the Ricky are all going to be very different positions in a fight. So it's more likely that this game's fights for Dire are going to be a series of picks rather than one cohesive fight. Guess it depends a lot on what the Big L team decides to run for their Pos 3 here, but... Or actually, they're assuming it's going to be Viper 3, so I guess what they're going to be running for Pos 2? I don't know, I feel like that's kind of equally likely in either scenario. They're banning out the Quap, which is probably smart. I don't want to be Quap. I don't want to be Windrunner against Quap, that sucks. Darkseer doesn't do anything to her to stop her or help against her at all, really. So I buy auras.
5 seconds remaining.
Which is a help to a certain degree.
Dire team pick.
Big L has to make this not a baller Windrunner game. Whatever this last pick is, you almost have to pretend Reedy's not there. Because if you go all in on Reedy, then Windrunner's going to eat you, right? You have to make this not a baller Windrunner game. Or you're done. Kitty pointing out Big L has limited hero pool. That's true, but I'm confident they can run the Viper either way.
It's a Spectre game, Spectre game, Spectre game.
No Spectre, sorry.
Yeah, probably not.
On the
yeah,
rating?
Darkseer can scare you off, but I don't.
Oh, hello,
I don't
Doughboy.
care.
10
Whatever.
seconds remaining.
It's
where
so good against
the-
the mid and puzzling.
Where the hell would you lane the
Ricky, I guess. Yeah. Ricky mid? Question mark? Princess?
I guess. I don't really like that though.
I forgot there was a Ricky in this game. I won't lie to you. I kind of just assumed
disappeared.
We were picking puzzling.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be either mid or 3. So
mid hero. It's good in the wind.
could be a mid, could be an off. Likely, it's more likely to be mid, just because Al has a smaller hero pool, and I mean he's definitely gonna be able to pick Viper, right?
They're all bend. Puck, I guess. I feel like most of the heroes that are good against wind are not in play.
Yeah,
like
they did a good
Pain
job
is
banning
their
him,
worst
picking him
matchup, and that's gone. So
there was EX. EX could have been pretty solid at least. He's gone now. Gonna wait till the last second here. This might be their last ride. I mean, if they lose, it is going to be the last ride. They're gonna
Select your heroes.
go with the DK here. Okay.
So not necessarily killable by wind unless wind is super strong.
Yep.
Lane's
Downside
low against
is
it.
he's a pretty easy target for the wall. He doesn't really scare Medusa at all. And this team has a lot of magic damage. I mean, a lot of magic damage. Ion Shell, the Windrunner Power Shot, Lion Finger, Disruptor Ult, Medusa Snake. They got a lot to throw out there, so. It's going to help not just lose to the Windrunner immediately, at the very least. Problem is, I don't know what she does, or I don't know what he does after lane. Like, this is not last patch DK. He's not OP anymore. He's not even really good, to be honest with you. He really was just a walk-in, talking Mage Slayer, and that item is pretty dead. Hulk says it looks like a hard Windrunner game. I don't really see that outside the DK.
I don't like Ricky into wind.
Yeah,
So,
Ricky into wind is bad. The supports are food for him, or food for her.
I meant the other way around. I like that makes it kind of miserable for Windrunner, like before BKB.
I mean, it just depends on how the smoke clouds are coming out in fights. It's really just all about that. If Windrunner is not in the smoke cloud or can get out of smoke cloud, then he doesn't do anything to her. And I mean, come on, you think this game the Dire isn't gonna have 4 staffs? You know what I mean? And he got shard for that, but that's, you know, time. And you don't really want to just buy that the first opportunity you can. Big Al flies into a rage. But like Viper, completely useless into her. Just is food, will feed. That's pretty much just the long and short of it.
Oh, don't mind me. Just a wee fairy going about her business.
I mean, if she flops, then that's good. But like the problem is,
To have some fun.
for this matchup to be good, either Viper has to ball or Windrunner has to flop. And I don't see either of those things happening on this game. Lane into Medusa is a bit awkward for him, I should say. Lane into Medusa is a bit awkward for him, as,
30 seconds to battle.
excuse me. When he's laning, he's not going to get enough points of corrosive skin to really match up to the snake in time. That snake is going to be really annoying for him. He doesn't have great options to burst her down. Got the tree at least, it's nice, but... I think a big thing here as well is that we're looking at a lot of comfort on the Dire compared to the Radiant. You know, the Darkseer, one of Big Boy LaCroix's main heroes. Lion Reflexy's main hero. Windrunner, one of J-Bay's main heroes. Disruptor, Boss's main hero. Medusa is not, like, the #1 Reedy hero, but he can play it, you know. Doesn't have a badge for it, though, which is kind of funny. Then on the other side, you have, you know, the Viper on Big Al, which is decent. The Ricky with a lot of lads, which we've seen some pretty awkward play from that. The DK on Princess, who, you know, maybe he's run that a couple of times in the last patch, but I'd be surprised if he's run it recently beyond that. Gargoyle on Mighty Midget is at least his main hero, so who's that? Oof. Boss running for his miserable life there, almost dies. I think it's really going to be Operation Stop JB, though. That's pretty much just going to be the long and short of it, because Dragon Knight's going to slow but not stop. He's not really had the capability to just ruin the game. Okay, Reedy is taking a lot of level 1 here. Or, yeah.
He's buying arcane boots. He knows the build.
There you go. He's taking a lot of punishment there, but he is going to be okay. He will survive for Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. It's a miracle.
The boss will miss Christmas though.
Oh, sad. I looked away. I was about to make a point about, oh no, Mighty Midget. Reflexy pause! Oh my god.
Easy? Okay. Let's go.
Oh,
Glad we
Greg.
can't sit there in the 3.
Oh, Greg. GG's like rules!
Rulebook.
Gee. I'm going to weigh my opinion here. This isn't going to work, that nothing will come out of this. I promise you. You're just going to have to mute the guy and live with it.
I wish I could voice my opinion, but it's not something I should say.
Hulk says Disruptor Hero doesn't do anything, lol. I don't think that's really true. I've definitely seen this Disruptor Hero do things, lol. At least in this league. Medusa getting tied up again. And if you want to know what the Disruptor of this game does, lol, I mean, this guy literally doesn't do anything without skills. This guy literally doesn't do anything without skills. This guy also pretty much doesn't do anything without skills. So 3 casting, like super casting oriented cores are not going to do anything until they get BKB, basically. Going to need BKB to fight it all. At least, the Disruptor will make them play like it. Everyone is going to have to play super carefully around the Disruptor roll. You can't have 2 cores stuck on the same spot. Fearon is coming up here, very low HP. Has actually decided against it after all. I was a little worried for him. That was kind of looking like Furion TP's top and then just gets bit by a snake and dies, to be honest with you.
It is TPing home. Alright. Unfortunate.
Boy LaCroix in jail here.
Oh, too bad.
He was gonna get out just fine. Maybe getting a little hammered
voicemails
again.
aren't all chat. Yeah.
Big Boy LaCroix. Every time Sprout is off cooldown, Big Boy LaCroix has to spend the night in prison.
That's what you do. That's what the MP playstyle is.
It is a shame because like they can't really like actually kill him. He just every time he just immediately quelling blades and walks out.
Radiant's top tower
In no
is
small
under
part
attack.
because of this guy here. Ricky drops everything he's got. Nice wand. Drops everything he's got going on the big boy here, but does not actually get him down. He's going to have to take a brief break, but I mean, it's Darkseer. Here's how you take a brief break as Darkseer. You ready? Step 1, you Ion Shell creeps and don't get close to the wave. Step 2, there is no step 2. He's having a harder time of it here in this lane than I thought he would be at this point. He's pretty low leveled still, I guess. He doesn't have that many points in snakes yet. Okay, goodbye, Reflexy.
Don't ultra midget. Don't do it. I know it's something.
What the hell was that?
He's staying quiet. He's staying quiet. Mighty midget has seen the light.
True.
The seeds of
Skin JB having a bit of a tough time, though nowhere near as bad as last time. Once again, Princess massively ahead on denies, but at least this time the last take count is pretty close in, and she has some pretty easy guys to go after when she hits
This
6.
is actually in despair right now.
She won't be for long. I mean, once this winner
zero
hits
flash
6,
ones.
yeah, She flash farms, and once this Windrunner guy hits level 6, she can literally just run top and just kill the Viper, like, for free. Is there really nothing he can do about it? Doesn't have any items for it or anything.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But she's not going to do that. She's going to go back to lane, which is interesting. Goodbye, boss. Kind of awkward. Reedy in jail. Where is my mid?
Denial is the heart of discipline.
¿Dónde está mi medio? Medusa and Dark Willow having it out here. Somebody, like, hello? This is so awkward. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Your carry needs help, please. Alright.
Well, the Disruptor cares. It's his job to do it, I guess. Goodbye to the courier.
Alright, well.
Pretty annoying. This is gonna shock you, but pretty much a tie in this lane here between Ricky and Darkseer. These heroes don't have that strong of interactions with each other, as previously illustrated. If you look at the net worth chart, currently it is favoring the Dire. DK, with the last few minutes of lane phase here, has started to get pretty well ahead of the Windrunner, who has adopted a attempt to stack and kill stacks. Okay. To stack and kill stacks play style here. The disparity is not super huge, only 600 gold. 400 between him and the next person, 200 between them and the next two, and it's pretty much even until you get to Reedy, who is nearly 1,000 gold, who is now 1,000 gold behind the second lowest net worth core. So something needs to be done here. Though a lot of lads.
Reedy's here? Excuse me?
Reedy here, and I think he was trying to get a funny snake kill, and the snake went the wrong way. A bit sad.
Huh?
A lot of lads
Sorry?
needs to go get pizza.
DoorDash. Hotkey.
Hotkey. Okay. How does this happen to everybody so often? I have never had my hotkeys just, like, get messed up in Dota before. Yeah, Ricky, talking about Ricky and BKB in chat. Yeah, that's going to be a thing for everybody. Like, it's going to be hard for all these guys, especially Ricky and Viper without BKBs this game. They're going to be really struggling to fight without. That super sucks as Viper. Like, the best time to be Viper in the entire game is before everybody has BKB, so having to get one pretty early is really rough. But he kinda has to. I mean, that doesn't even necessarily save him, sadly, 'cause he's gonna kinda need two items. He's gonna need BKB and something to not get mulched by Focus Fire. I guess, Reedy has just decided this is a lane for him now. They've just swapped out him and Big Boy LaCroix. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting play. I guess it stands to reason. Ricky is doing far worse than the Viper is, and you're laning with the Lion who has the ability to vomit mana directly into you. Maybe, arguably, should have just swapped the lanes to begin with, but... Okay, so Big Boy LaCroix gonna get run over under tower here. Jesus, every time I look away from this top lane, I'm telling you.
Everyone's miserable against this Viper.
I think in that case it was down to the Dark Willow. Sadly, once again, I look away from top for 1 second, somebody immediately dies there. It's not fair, dude, I'm telling you. You can't, you're not allowed to die when I'm busy making a point. Yeah, the Reedy team in general is playing this game like they're not talking at all, really. They had the cool little swap, and that's it. Big Boy? Big Boy, you don't win that. What the hell was that?
Boss, no, please. Okay.
That was super awkward. I'm not really sure what they were thinking there. Maybe somebody else is gonna TP? I don't know. I don't really know.
Kill him? This guy
Get killed?
Yeah, he's dead.
There we go. Boss takes the mega kill as Reflexy goes down. This is bad news for Reedy.
This is very weird, Reedy, my friend. You don't have a TP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's gonna try and twin gate. I bet it works.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it didn't work. What a shock. He didn't even get to ult. He wouldn't even had it anyway. That's just not good. Did Reedy get like morale boomed? What happened? This is like super below their recent standards of play, I feel like. Was Mitchie D just the heart and soul of the team?
It's looking very. Let's see what Gabe says. Gabe says 51. Wow.
No, he's not very confident in their chances, I guess.
I'm quite a bit more confident, truthfully.
Yeah. Reedy once
But I
again.
feel like in the recent patches, if Medusa gets boomed early, she doesn't have impact. Maybe that's just in my games.
True, skill issue.
Well, I don't play the hero. I mean,
Skill
people who
issue.
are playing it. Yeah, skill issue for my randoms.
For my Randy, yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like that hero has to not start like this.
God. That ball's starting to come out here. You're just starting to
Like,
fight
kinda
me with
bad.
the advantage.
Bad recovery hero, or at least it feels that way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. It remains to be seen, I suppose. No, big boy, no. No, big boy, no.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Doesn't even get to TP out. Jesus Christ, he's just getting owned here. This Viper should not be having anywhere near this kind of game right now. This is like illegal. Somebody put this guy out of commission, please.
She's higher level than JB. Oh no.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
J-Bay is at least atop the net worth on his team this time. He's not sitting there at the bottom of the board, but... What happened, Randy? What is going on? You're a
Dire's
doctor,
bottom
right?
tower is under attack.
You know, this is a mystery. This is a mystery diagnosis here.
Viper
Yeah, he's
is not dying.
yeah, he's
Oh,
gonna live.
No, bro.
Where's my friends? Where are my friends, guys?
Guys.
Oh no. I mean, Medusa not being here, I get, but like, you don't want to call Darkseer. You don't want to dial 1-800-LION, you know?
Yeah, he TP'd bot, I think. His TP's still
Oh.
on cooldown.
God,
Well, that's
Jesus Christ,
don't
goodbye,
voice line him.
Lion.
Don't voice line him. Don't voice line him, please.
Dire's top tower
Okay.
is under attack.
Good job, Mighty Budget. You're not stirring the pot.
Hey,
Dire's
I'm really struggling to figure out what is happening with the Reedy team in this game. They are really letting themselves get hammered here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Enemy has vision. Top jungle.
Radiant's
Put all their
middle
win
tower
points
is
into
under
the Tall
attack.
Balls team. I mean, I guess they had to get a win over Tall Balls team to secure, and they did. So, you know, they secured, and so this time they didn't do any research. They're not mentally prepared for the game. They're not on the A game, and they're just kind of letting this happen to them. Maybe that's it. I don't know. This is definitely well below this team's standard to play, though. Which is the unfortunate fact of the matter. Maybe it's because there's too many voice lines on all chat, who knows.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Can't take it away from Al, you know? Team zoning.
Yeah.
Just
No, his team's doing the right thing. They're in both games. It feels like they've been playing smarter, not harder, in both lineups. Really, I guess they're playing a little harder this time, but they're getting their win not through mechanical superiority. They're getting their wins through better strategy. So, no, Louis. Goodbye.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And this would be a really cool disruptor ult if anybody was in the neighborhood, but
Dire's middle
these
tower
guys
is
are so
under
mentally
attack.
boomed at this point. They're willing to let a T2 mid go without any defense. Like, this is bad. This is so bad. My Medusa is still at the bottom of the net worth charts for core. She's getting dangerously close to where the
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
where the Furion is. Oh, Medusa versus Midget, who wins?
Radiant's top
You're
tower is under
about to be
attack.
solo killed by Mighty Midget or what?
Oh god, tell me that.
Maybe
What's
not.
about to happen?
It is! Reedy!
Oof. He has 17 charges in his magic wand. He was
Less.
finer than he looked.
He was fun, yeah. But it sure looks a little depressing there. You can't get 1v1 a Willow.
Yeah, and he wasn't like out of
Oh,
supply or anything either. He was like full health of mana when that started. Nothing. Only the snake on CD, and that was only for like a second. So.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Winner getting buried here. Holy crap. Rest in pickles.
Alright, well,
This
call it,
is
guys.
horrible.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Decent
Get
wall.
out your phone. Get out your phone, unlock your phone, call it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Winner got the defusal blade. Winner got the defusal blade, huh? Makes sense, I guess, but feels like not quite enough, to be honest with you. DK still hanging on to the old dream.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Roshan is
about
going to be
being
very
the best
rudely
in the world.
choked out.
Radiant's bottom tower
Doesn't mean you don't buy it, it just means the hero's less
Yeah.
effective.
are fortified.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. That is true, but it is still funny. Gee, Al, if only there was some item you could buy that would make Roche take like 5 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh well.
under attack.
This is the slowest Roche ever. Holy crap.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
I'll use his entire mana bar to do it too.
Roshan has fallen to
Not a lot at stakes. The Aegis, they trade their T1 mid to get it done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Medusa's starting to catch up in relative terms. Like, she's not in danger of falling under the pause 4 of the other team anymore, but sadly for her, the other team's cores are just still farming away, and even though the gap, even though the disparity is less, it's still
Radiant's
pretty
bottom
scary
tower
looking.
is under attack.
I don't think a Medusa 6.2k does anything, Randy.
Yeah, I mean, hero's not gonna recover.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But T1 going down. Little Kobold coming out.
Dire's
Would have been
top
funny if
tower
he
is
surged the
under
Kobold
attack.
instead.
Radiant's
Oh, Big
bottom
L got that
tower
item
is
I was
under
talking
attack.
about. How nice. They are going to maul this tower as a result. Actually, they're going to maul the Darkseer first. This is a really good disrupt ult. Actually, Ricky's almost dead! Barely living. Winner ult out on the Dragon Knight. Great Willow ult is going to save his life. Ricky, don't do that. Ricky, you idiot. Oh my god. 53 HP walks away from that with.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Deuce is just going bot. It's the right thing to do for the record. That is where she should be right now. This is actually a pretty rough uphill for the Radiant here. Everyone's very low on just HP on mana. They're low on supply.
Is under attack.
It's gonna be hard to keep an offensive going much longer. Yeah, DK's second ult comes up.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And line's going down. He's gonna buy. Medusa is here, so they want to fight.
Top barracks are under attack.
But, okay, Finger of Death takes out the first life for Ricky. Viper has no mana at all. He's gonna take this Rax. Is not gonna take this Rax. No, he's gonna take this Rax. No, he isn't. Holy crap, huge Medusa ult. Yule's Scepter is going to ruin a little bit of it for the Windrunner. Still going to get Viper killed, but that's it, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, just the Viper. I mean, that's the big kill, I guess, but why am I not happy? Why am I not happy, Reedy? Okay, it's fine. Reedy, why am I not happy?
Where was my Liony? Oh, here's my Liony. There we go. He's gonna die. Actually, DK's also gonna die.
This is a part of the game where everybody dies in base. Great.
No, DK's gonna just barely survive with 200 HP. Nobody's brave enough to go out and get him. Overall, the Dire lose 7. No, they lose 6 in total for that, I believe. 2 buybacks. Radiant lose 2. The Viper, the Ricky. 2,195 gold in the Radiant War Chest. 1,484 in the Dire War Chest. In a way, I mean, it means more for Dire. I mean, A, they didn't lose here, so they have like a game. B, they are still the later game team, all things considered. But it is very unappealing to see that. It does make them kind of feel like they're one big fight away from death. And that's not where you want to be as Medusa. Lexi claims the enemy has vision here. It's not actually true.
Fast as a diving dragon.
Give me a lineup here. This mid lane. Gonna... Oh, Mighty Midget. Ends up in the... out the supports here. Ricky going to get himself a nice kill. Where is my... Force Staff on my Disruptor? They're in Underclub for Dire, just gets snapped out of existence.
Oh,
No buybacks on any of them, so this is probably going to be a second set of racks down as a result.
yeah.
Rather unfortunate. But where does that come from? Is that just desperation? Is that just, oh, that looks like a kill we can get him? Where does that line of thinking come from? Carrix gets the crappy sprouts. Does he even have more than one level of that? No, he doesn't, so that's why he gets the crappy sprouts. Oh, Joy-Con drifted there with the mouse for a second.
He has one level, air level sets. Fuck that skill.
Damn. Tree haters in chat?
Yeah.
Timber
Anything
Saw
I
in
can do
chat?
to micro less is good.
Medusa is broken. That's a bit of an awkward Hurricane Bike that kind of
Through
trolls
ult?
my... The Hurricane Bike kind of trolled Ricky there. That Hurricane Bike didn't happen, she dies.
Oh, okay. So cool, but nobody's doing anything.
Yeah. Again, it makes me wonder, where is the difference? Though they are starting to actually win this fight quite dramatically. DK is out of HP and mana. Gonna take him an hour and a half to die, make no mistake, but
There we go.
does eventually go down, gives a wicked sick to Medusa, who's crossed the 10k threshold here. There's
Alright,
only
good
one
job,
rack
Reedy.
to remain, but... And that
Pretty
actually...
Crazy fight by JB.
That was actually super sad. If that Hurricane Pike from Viper does not come out,
Feeling under the weather.
and Medusa... Yeah, she doesn't have one, so...
Oh my god, dude.
That Hurricane Pike does not come out from the Ricky in that fight. I think Medusa dies just
Did he
over.
pause because his own teammate all chatted?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, bro, that's your teammate. Fuck. Well, alright, cool. You forgot the boss was on his team. Holy. It's a week 7 goofery starting every year, dude. Oh my god.
Really?
The funniest thing I've ever seen.
Really is a question of how long
I'm sorry.
these guys can hold on.
I'm sorry if you're watching this replay. Oh man.
Oh, Meph in chat. Hello, Meph.
Alright, back to the game.
Yeah. He's starting to trade with the Ricky at least.
It's like the most entertaining thing that happened this miserable stump of a series.
It's true. DK only really has 2 major items left. He's not actually going for a Blink Dagger, at least not here. Going for MKB first. Just in case somebody steals Smoke Cloud. Or, rather for Windrunner perhaps, but you know how it goes. No Blink Dagger on the DK, I mean, in fairness, it's not like he's needed it. So the worst is... I mean, really, in fairness, he's not going to get any scarier than this. This is like his apex. The worst is yet to come for DK. He's still going to get a little bit more, but... Viper is also... There was also... Like, he's basically got the pop from Sanjin Kai, and then he's kind of done scaling. So...
He has 2 Wraith Bands.
He does have 2 Wraith Bands, so I mean, he doesn't get any better with items. That's kind of the problem with this hero. Like, he's as scary as he's ever going to be right now. He is never going to be scarier than this moment. He's going to have more items, sure. He's going to scale to some degree, but not really too much as you would want. Ricky, how did he get out? He Mantis-styled, he like Mantis-styled through the Disruptor jail there. That was interesting. Did get glimpsed back and immediately popped. Sadly, Disruptor gets the kill formally. It was only the 3 and under club there anyway, I guess. Shows what this team could be doing. Certainly, I think, is the big deal there. Not like there's been anything particularly prohibiting that up to this point. Roche's just respawn, Kyrix trees. Gonna watch it happen.
It has to either not be a fight within the next 20 minutes, or it has to be like 3 fights, all like significantly won by Dire without any of their cores dying. There may be Dark Tears allowed to die, but either the other 2 cores die in any upcoming fight, it's pretty rough. Plus they have to fight through Aegis, like I don't know if this game's winnable with the amount of farm that Juicy got.
Yeah, it's in 2nd place now, at least. There's that. As a disperser. There's something. A lot of lads likely to take. He has a Quelling Blade to stick out for it anyway. And a Magic Wand for that matter. He's only gonna roar 1 second before his untimely death. Actually gonna give it to Big Al. Gonna get the cheese to a lot of lads. Which is a bit interesting considering we just saw lads go 100 to 0 in like a second, but... guess it stands to reason. I mean, Al has died this game. I think he's died... oh, he's died 3 times. I was gonna say, I think he's died once, but he has died. Next here, Shiva's is up. He's going for Ags. He's going to die, maybe. Nope. He realizes Let's Up gets the hell out of dodge. All the Radiance waves are just terrible. They're all super far away, courtesy of the Windrunner plus the Darkseer. Have a annoying ability to push out even against super creeps like this. These are going for the Ags next, interestingly. And he's going to do the Dire Tormentor. is going to go down pretty quickly and painlessly. Gives the mighty midget a nice free Aghanim shard, which is one of the more annoying Aghanim shards. So it's something nice to pick up here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Okay, Princess's courier just died with an MKB on it. That's like super annoying.
Boss is dead.
Yeah, he's gonna take a
That's
very
like their
casual
main
spell.
defense, so you might have to buy back. Does he have buyback?
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not. Okay, that's unfortunate. So they're without disruptor
Princess
for
is
this.
then doesn't really know to ult, but
Oh, what a wall!
yeah, huge wall here. The Viper immediately going to die. Lion's down, he's gonna buy back in. Medusa ult is here. Ricky's dead, Viper's dead.
Destroying you. What's going on,
The
guys?
Mighty Midget's down, DK's dead, okay. Everybody dies.
Why is this allowed to happen to Ice Frog?
In fairness, the reason this is allowed to happen is because that really could have happened at like any point in this game, really. They
I
just
guess.
they just didn't want to do it until it was desperate. 5 for 3 here, 2 buybacks.
6 for 3, actually.
Yeah, 6 for 3 really, but 5 for 3, 2 buybacks, 5,878 gold, passing the Dyer's War Chest here.
That kind of handcuffs them for their next fight. Like once these guys all spawn, if any of these heroes die again, it's looking rough.
That is true. On the other hand, it's going to be somewhat hard to force a decisive fight with these guys involved in that time span. The biggest upside is that they didn't eat the cheese on the Ricky. But the Ricky's starting to look really irrelevant. He's just kind of dropping smoke cloud and dying in 1 second.
Put Aegis on a different hero, I guess. Princess?
Yeah.
Perhaps? I'm not sure they can kill Princess twice.
I mean, they really just needed it on the Ricky there. Viper had opportunity to eat the cheese and didn't do anything on his second life because Ricky had already died super quickly. They're getting super aggro for Medusa here. Look at this. They actually just sent 5 people to Medusa. It's a pretty hard kill too. Lion's dead. That's dieback as well.
It's kind of insane. Medusa ult. Just survive the Medusa ult and you can kill her.
Wait.
Boss!
Oh god, tactical pause.
This is such a attack. I don't think so. Boss would never do such a thing.
Oh, the chat is watching the defense happen right now. Hulk
Okay,
says
back, guys.
lol.
Please kill Reedy. Will Croix here with all his spells though. This could turn bad again in a couple seconds.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get rid of the DK this way, but that's probably fine, reasonably.
GG. Yeah. Okay.
All spells plus eggs and Shivas
let's
as
go.
well. He's going in, baby. This is getting bigger! With the same wall! Ricky jumps into it as well. Medusa is going to die here.
Though. Game might be over.
Ricky eats the cheese. Big Boy's going down.
Unless JB can solo carry. JB versus the world.
He's just going to eat the lot of lats.
Dyer's bottom barracks are under attack.
Tyre's bot rags are getting hit by creeps.
Okay, JB cannot kill Princess this is turn. Oh! What a shackle.
Yeah, he can. Look how much damage is coming out.
Okay.
DK falling down.
Ridiculous. What is happening?
Again, this is just what should have been happening from the outset, really.
It's one throw, they need 2 or 3 more. Well, they got another one.
Yeah, losing the Medusa there, especially as early as it was, super sucked, but I don't think they're that unhappy about it, all things considered. Windrunner is now in 3rd place on the net worth chart. Only DK is above anybody.
JB.
Yep.
So,
Is going for the Ags here, which is going to make it a lot harder to kill him, actually. He's finished up a Maelstrom. Or is finishing up, I guess, a Maelstrom.
It's Gloves of Haste.
Yep. Slightly too expensive for him as it stands. Look at the buyback report. So Big Boy is still not going to be able to come back in for another 5 minutes. And that he has been the key to these team fights so far. It has been on him. That these...
Yeah, if J-Bait dies within the next 5 minutes, he is super over.
Does he have buy? Answer is no. He is not even thinking about saving for
He's
buy.
not, no. So if this guy dies, like, it's not looking good.
Fake DKs are getting angry at this Rax, but Lion can just eliminate them instantly. Sherryon got a death, so he never got that orchid that Kitty was talking about. Darkseer. No, Darkseer, no! Okay. Yeah, that's super bad. Unless something even worse comes out on the other side, and it isn't looking like it. BKB, very good. Medusa ult, super huge.
Ricky, my friend. Okay.
Okay, that's the end of Windrunner.
Alright, well, I told you if he died within the next 5 minutes it was GG, and
Dire structures are fortified.
I wasn't lying to you.
Yep.
Dire's bottom
Medusa's gonna follow.
attack.
Reedy calls the G's, we're going home. A valiant effort, a few good plays.
Bottom lane.
That was a very sad game for Reedy. I think if they had been playing like they were in these last few defenses the whole game, they would have just won. Pretty much as simple as that. But this is, I guess, a great display on the importance of morale and communication in the LD2L. I think the Reedy team was just in such a mentally bad way after game one that they just couldn't even get it in gear until near the end of this game. Right? Like, they were in a bad way. So, to that end, yeah, the Reedy team, they did bring it, they did turn it around. They did find what they needed in the last few minutes, but the problem is they only found what they needed when it was just too late. When they were already one mistake away from untimely death, and that mistake came, and untimely death followed. Again, if they get that at, like, you know, minute 10 instead of minute 30, then I think we're looking at a very different lineup here. Still may not have necessarily been enough. So, to that end, Randy, can you check and see if we need to do a mortem on the Big L team? Both mortem.
So,
Oh no, we're dropping frames. Crap. Okay, say that again.
I don't know the tiebreakers, so
They're going to tiebreaker?
I think they have to, unless we get some like crazy set of results. Because they'll either be tied with a team that went 0-2 and was 7-5, or tied with a team that was 5-7 and went 2-0 or something. Like this, it'll go to tiebreakers no matter what happens. I'm pretty sure.
Can they win the tiebreakers?
Well, I don't know.
Well, look at the
Don't know
goddamn
what their
tiebreaker score.
I don't know what their tiebreaker scores are gonna be after this week.
On one hand, that's true, but on the other hand, I think you can guess
Does it
broadly.
change after week 7?
Yeah, it does, but you should be
Okay,
able to
so
guess
I
it broadly.
don't know. I'm not gonna do the algebra. Sorry.
They might make it a bracket. They might not. I think it's too early to call. I think if Lone Wolf 2-0s, they can't. But, I don't know. God damn it, why couldn't it...
It's not even over yet, I'm pretty sure. The Lone Wolf.
That's
So
very sad.
I doubly don't know.
Well, let's do it anyway, and if they may bracket anyway, then I'll just do it again when they get when they get there. But sadly, it is kind of unlikely they may bracket despite all that. So, Big L team, Princess and the E. coli outbreak. Well, hopefully, well maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get to hear this all again, or maybe you'll get super lucky and win the season. I don't know. But let's go for it anyway. So, Let's start with who should we start with?
Big L, dude. Captain goes first.
Big Al, captain of the team, coming on fresh off of his ban from RD2L. As a captain, I think did a reasonable job here. If he wasn't calling the shots, he did at least delegate to somebody who was. This team was a trash fire at the start of the season. There's no doubt about that. That's why we're sitting here hemming and hawing about if they're going to go to bracket, even though they just had a game that looks like that. You know what I mean? They just had a game that looks like that against a team that's in like the middle of the bracket, even with that happening. So, we're sitting here hemming and hawing about that. He definitely managed to do a turnaround in the middle of this season. Just impart on morale, impart on just calling the shots properly. So as a captain, he definitely did well. So pause 3, he was very off and on. I think in this role, definitely it just feels like he's very binary in the way things come out. Either Big Al goes 12-5 or he goes 5-12, right? So working on that front, which might be a little bit of like just working on those B and C level heroes, right? Working on those second string guys in the roster would definitely do him some good. But as a captain, doesn't seem to have any complaints. I mean, things started really badly. He could do better with the start of his seasons, to be frank. But for a guy who just got banned from another league, I guess if you manage to turn around a sinking ship to this degree, even if not quite in time, it was quite a good performance anyway. We put over Esper for the same thing back in Season 12 in a very similar situation. At the end of the season, she was just eating like way higher ranked teams out of nowhere and just didn't quite turn it around in time, which is a shame. But, it was a good showing. It was a good showing that the ship looked so sunk and it turned around like that. Who's next?
I do lads, then Kyrix, then Princess, then Midget.
Okay, why?
Because that's the order it is on LD2L.GG.
A lot of lads had some ups and downs this season as well. Very binary like Big L, but not in the way of his heroes. For Big L, it feels like he goes 12-5 or 5-12, depending on what picks he's got. For a lot of lads, it feels like he goes, 8-4 or 4-8, depending on where his headspace is at going into games. I think still needs to work on his bloodthirst level to some degree, which has been tapered off since, we were really complaining about that a few weeks ago. So, has been some improvement there. The real thing is to just watch and make sure that next season comes out consistent. There were some slips here that were, to be frank, a little rough to make as a pause one, right? Just through this season overall. And as a result, there were some games that were lost that should have been won. But a lot of those messed ups did get sort of corrected over time, and that's good. I think Ladder Lads is on the right path of paths, generally. Still has to watch, about only taking fights that have some value to them. Still has to watch about, not running and having like an hour of dead space, just run into some random place across the map. Still needs to watch for making sure his actual play during the fights is good, letting his friends do the dirty work for him. But the Ladder Lads this week looks very different from the week 3 Ladder Lads on all those things. So that's good. Keep hitting those weak spots. Keep buffing those. Weak spots. The next season, who knows? You might be the 2.5k BFJ. Who's up next?
Kyrix.
Kyrix. Comeback season for Kyrix, isn't it? After a very long absence. Kind of felt like a very subdued part of this team. I don't know if he ever, strategically, tactically got along with them. Had a few rough ones, especially in that VS. That VS did a little bit of trolling, and unfortunately not to the enemy team. I think, to that end, maybe it's a generic thing I say about a lot of pause 4s, where it's, look at some... look at sort of the size of the pool. Make sure you're flexible, especially make sure you're meta flexible. Because, I mean, the reason the guy's pretty much stated that he hasn't been here forever is because, Nature's Prophet's been shit, right? It is pretty bad to have to miss so much Dota because so many of your heroes are so bad. A few people have that problem, so, maybe work on the ability to, pick up a B or C type hero pretty quickly. Find some guys that are like, okay, I can do this well enough if a meta comes around where I really need to break these guys out, something like a Witch Doctor, something like a Lion, something like a Shadow Shaman, those very basic staples, which are always, like, not always, but almost always somewhere around the middle, right? Focus on some of those basic staples. You can break out in metas where the rest of your pool is poo-poo. You could not have to leave for 10 straight seasons or whatever again. Next up is Mighty Midget, right?
Princess and Richard.
Okay, next Princess. Princess, back on mid again after a few seasons out of the role. Interesting to see. I think played a very meta-oriented mid for most of this season, which does... It is... there's some give and take to that, right? There's a few games where you saw, like, the classic, like, Princess Swap or whatever. But it did seem like, for the most part, most of the Princess mid-play this season was very, very edged into the meta, right? High ground impossible type lineups, going for these, like, Mage Slayer, not lineups, but picks, going for these, like, Mage Slayer, Shiva's guys, that sort of thing, right? Leaning very heavily into the meta. And there's nothing wrong with that. Make no mistake. If you want to win games, there ain't nothing wrong with that, not by any stretch of the imagination. But, that is always a dangerous rock to stand on if you're a mid player, because I think mid is one of those lanes that is the absolute most volatile as far as meta goes. A week will pass at mid, and nothing will ever be the same, right? I mean, look how much changed when they just removed one camp. How many heroes suddenly disappeared, right? Look how much they changed when they buffed one item last patch and when they nerfed that item this patch, right? So, if you want to stay at mid, make sure you can bring at least some game when the meta's not in your favor. And I don't think there was little enough that I'm super worried about it. But basically, mind your P's and Q's, mind your last sits and I's, mind your do what?
Stay away from Tormentors.
Stay away from Tormentors. That's the real lesson of the season. Finally is the Mighty Midget. A little tough to say exactly where the Mighty Midget falls into this season, because I think he, in a lot of ways, had a very fortunate season. He got to play most of his strongest heroes, like a lot of the time. He got to run with his best buddy in the whole world, Lad of Lads. I mean, it was a very good-looking season for Mighty Midget, and he had a lot of pretty good-looking games, especially on the Dark Willow. So, it's a little hard to say exactly, like, a huge fountain of information about Mighty Midget. Perhaps, try to aim for Pause 4 next time, perhaps? He definitely does feel generally stronger as a Pause 4 player. So, if you're looking at Pause 5 gameplay, I mean, got a lot of support items, but I don't know if it really felt like the Princess and the Coli Outbreak lineup had like a super duper vision advantage, which is not like bad. This is not a Mighty Midget that had bad vision. It's like Mighty Midget had okay vision. If you want to stay Pause 5, maybe something to work on, right? Because Mighty Midget had like kind of 1K Pause 5 player vision perhaps. When he's 2K, So, to that end, making sure that if you're rolling 5, in those locations, winning those wars, quite a nice thing to do, because it does feel like the missing link between Mighty Midget's MMR and where his actual skill is that particular facet on Pause 5. On Pause 4, if you have a season like this, you're certainly worth the value, right? So, there's that at least. So, generally plays overall for the Princess and the E. coli Outbreak team. For a team that didn't make bracket, I think they did do a pretty good job trying to have a little redemption arc. Well, at least potentially not make it bracket. I mean, we might see them next week, for all we know, but it is 8-team, for the record. It is an 8-team bracket. But, yeah, that's the long and short of it. So if that's it for this season, then sad way to go out in its own way. But happy in its own way. You get 2 stomps, right? You get 2 cool stomps on a bracket team. You get to say, if we were there, we could have made it. And I guess you can't argue with that. Anything to add?
No, I don't have anything to add.
If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, surprisingly enough. Stand-ins will probably be a little less necessary on the bracket, but hey, queues are popping, in-house seasons are around the corner, all kinds of fun to be had. Go to ld2l.gg/rules, and then go to the Discord server. That's where all the fun is happening. We'll see you next time with whatever else is happening. Ah, crap, I hit the stop streaming button. Whoops. Okay. Well, we gotta fill 2 minutes, Randy. Because I can't stop the
Oh.
recording until that stops. You know, I guess this will be a good time to mention it because I somehow made it the entire stream without saying it. Randy, do you know what today is?
Today it's your birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
I
This is
already
what I
sent you
did.
a nice picture of a cake earlier.
Howler says I'm banning me from stream chat. Oh yeah, I did forget to do that, didn't I? Whoops, sorry, Howler.
You Ben Howler.
Yeah, I did. He was like being a dick last week. Sorry, Howler. We'll get you next time. What was I gonna say? Yeah, this is how I spent my 28th birthday, is casting this game, so it was a lot of fun. Now, I really did my birthday stuff yesterday. So, you know, there was a celebration, everybody had party hats. Hulk says we don't talk about Big Al on Just 32L Band. I don't know if that's true or not, but shoutouts to Big Al. Anyway, alright, 41 seconds. Quick, Randy, tell a 40-second story. Go, go, go.
Well, the Lone Wolf series is still not over.
Of course. Yep. I mean, like I said, it's no big deal. I mean, really, it's if they make bracket and they get eliminated in first round, it'll be just like, see last week's video to get the postmortem there. So there you go. At the very least, I'm absolutely 100% confident. I don't think there's a possibility that any of the other teams below bracket can make it. I don't think I think all the other ones are mathematically dead. So, especially with Big Al getting a win here, like if there was any hope in hell, certainly not anymore, right? So. Oh, it's over. All right, see you next week.